what's going on, guys? Of course, to all of my alternative adult book snobs out there, it's me, of course, Mira Blaze, another episode here of Bookshade. So let's get down to business, guys. For today's episode, we are going to be going over a very small book haul. I got some books yesterday, so I'm like, yes, okay, I gotta show it to you guys. And then after that, we're gonna be going over the Bookshade book rating system. So this is what I'm gonna be using for reviewing books, reviewing the web comics that I'm gonna be reviewing as well. And pretty much anything else that I review, but since we focus a lot on books and reading, that's why I call it the Bookshade rating system. So we'll have that today, and I'm giving you guys my May TBR and some other announcements and stuff like that, okay? So let's start with the small haul here of books, okay? So I'll show you these here. All right, so the first book that I got, and I think I showed this, but I'll show it again regardless, is I got J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, and this is the 1-volume edition. So that's how it looks like there. So that's what I got. So I'm excited to read Lord of the Rings. Like, I read it like a piece of it, but not the whole thing. But in case you guys don't know, coming up on May 9th, there is what's called the Tome Readathon, okay? And what this is it's a readathon that is based on you reading ginormous books, which are tomes, like really, really big books. So that's going to be starting May 9th. And I'll give you guys more information about that too. Coming up tomorrow, my first ever Bookshade roast and receipts, okay? So I cannot wait because I finished the book. In case you should be checking out my Instagram, okay? Which is at Bookshade #1. You guys learned that I finished like my first like ever book. It took some time, but you know how sometimes the story be so juicy that you gotta let it marinate, you know? So that's it's gonna be great. So that'll be coming up tomorrow, but I'll be like hopefully earlier in the day, but it depends if people are gonna interrupt a bitch, okay? But I digress. So yeah, this was one of the ones that I was considering for the Tome Readathon was Lord of the Rings. I think that would be good to, try to see if I can finish it in like a couple days sitting, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I got that. Yes. All right. And then next, I got this series. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it at all anymore. But this is a series by Libba Bray. And it's a trilogy of books, okay? So I call it the I forgot the name of the exact name for the trilogy. It's been a long day, guys, okay? But here's the first book in the series here. We have A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. So the premise of these books is you have a female protagonist that ends up losing her mother. She ended up dying in India, so she and her family move, and she decides to go to this specialized school. But see, what's unique about the female protagonist is that she has supernatural powers, and there is a romance in here a little bit too, but the first book is just kind of her, introducing her as a character, and you learn more about her story. That's just the gist of what I've read, but the kind of the synapses of it. So this is the first book, and then the second book is called Rebel Angels. I heard this is a great book series though, so I wanted to give it a try. So there's Rebel Angels, and this is a tome. Okay, the third part of this trilogy, guys. It's like over 800 pages here, and this is the Sweet Far Thing. I mean, this is a beast. Okay, get your life. So maybe, you know, if I read the first two for this tome readathon, 800 pages, yeah, that's a tome. Okay, so I got that. So that's all that I got, guys. Because it, like I told myself, I was like, okay, I am going on a book buying freeze, you know, like I can't. But then what ended up happening, guys, there was an amazing deal. So I couldn't resist getting all 3 books. It was such a, you know, it was such a good deal. So I was like, ah, what the heck, you know. But now I'm switching over, guys, to like to ebooks, because I just, you know, I don't want to, you know, like flood my room with books and they're like falling on my head and shit, you know. But that's just me personally. All right. So let's get to this this rating system here. So you guys are kind of oh hey, we have Meow. No, I had to do it like that. Welcome. Hi, how you doing? And oh, Meow says I like the background. Yeah, I just changed it. I had this like red sequin background, and then people kept bitching about it. No, I'm being messy. No, I decided to switch it up because I was like, I want something with a little more ambiance. But, you know, I just wanted something different. And you know what this background is, guys? It'll blow your mind. It's a bed sheet. It is a bed sheet that's stretched. Well, no, it's what they call it, a mattress cover. So that's, yeah. So that's a good tip, guys, for those of you who are getting into being a streamer. You don't have to buy these, like, you know, super expensive like photography backdrops until later. All I did, guys, is I just took a mattress cover, a leopard print mattress cover, and I have a green screen that I use when I'm like playing my games and stuff. And all I do is I just stretched it over the green screen, and I have clips on, like I clipped it around the green screen, and there you go. So that is a background, and it looks very professional and it looks good. I use, well, early on when I, you know, was doing my show, I would use a shower curtain. And no one could tell the difference, you know. I would just steam it out to make sure it was straight and looked good. But yeah, apparently mattress covers make bomb-ass backgrounds for streaming, right? So that's what I did. And Meow says, that's really awesome, and it sounds really easy to do. It really is. You can get it's called a foldable expandable green screen, and I have one that's two-sided where it's blue screen or green screen, and then I have a clip that's holding this up. And then what I do is I just get the camera positioned the way that I want it, and then I crop so that it's not, like, you know, cut off in a weird way, and that's it. That's how I do it. No secret, you know. But yeah, I always like to find affordable and unconventional ways to do stuff, because to get a photographic backdrop now is catastrophically expensive. Guys, you can spend over like $100, $200 on the low end to like thousands of dollars on a nice backdrop. Or Elgato actually has a retractable green screen, but you gonna pay like $200 for that. And I was just like, So I got this one off of Amazon. I think I paid at the time like $25 for it. And then I bought the clip, the stand for it, which is like, maybe I paid $14, and that was it. So, and I take good care of my stuff, so yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So yeah, that's my my small book haul for you guys of the new things that I got. So I'll add it to my TBR and everything. You can check me out also, guys, on Goodreads. Just look up Bookshade and you'll see what I'm reading. And let me tell you, I am reading some very juicy reads. Yes, what? Okay. But besides all of that, guys, let's get into this rating system, and then I'll share with you what I'm gonna be reading for this month. Every month I try to read 2 books, okay? I do get what are called ARCs, which are advanced reader copy. That's what it stands for. So I have some ARCs that I was really fortunate to get to review. So I'm reading those, and then I pick one ARC, and then I pick one book off of my TBR bookshelf, okay? I think, guys, once you start to get into reading seriously, I would recommend getting your bookshelf organized by like a TBR, so then it just makes it easy. It's uniform, you know. You're like, okay, I take this book, then this one, then this one. I'm gonna start, well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's get into the rating system. I'm all over the place today. What the fuck? Okay, so Bookshade book rating system, or, you know, if I'm rating anything, critiquing anything on here, I made it very simple. There are 4 ratings, okay? The first rating is a masterpiece, okay? This is something that it's perfect. If perfect exists, it's that. It means it has strong storytelling, excellent writing, you know, excellent vocabulary. You can tell that the author put in the work in regards to research and all that good stuff, okay? So that's what a masterpiece is. The equivalence of masterpiece would be a 5 out of 5. Then underneath that, you have legendary, darling, okay? And legendary is a 4 out of 5. So it's got all the elements of something that could be a masterpiece, but there's just something that is missing, something that needs to be tweaked a little bit. Maybe it's certain characters that cause the continuity of the story to go off. But still, it's a very solid book that I would recommend, or a very solid webcomic that I would recommend reading. Okay, so that's legendary, 4 out of 5. Needs improvement, of course, would be a 3 out of 5. So what needs improvement is it could be legendary, you know, but it's got a lot of stuff missing, okay? So there might be continuity errors, grammatical errors, like things that are just like stuff you should be checking, like proofreading and all that stuff, that just kind of makes the story kind of disjointed to read, and it's just not pleasant, okay? And then well, I would say, yeah, 3 out of 4, correction. So masterpiece is a 4 out of 4. Legendary is a 3 out of 4. Needs improvement is a 2 out of 4. And then finally, the bottom of the bottom, okay? And that is not worth your time. This book is so deplorable that I would DNF it just by looking at the cover, just by reading the first, no, totally being extra, but I would DNF it just from reading it, you know, certain components of it. It doesn't have good continuity. It's just a hot damn mess, okay? So that's what not worth your time is. So we have masterpiece, legendary, needs improvement, and not worth your time. So that is the rating system, okay? So from that, let's continue here, and we're gonna get into my TBR. For those of you who are not familiar with booktube terminology, TBR stands for to be read. So these are books that I'm gonna be reading, darling, okay? Not throwing shade, reading, like actual reading. I'm a mess. But books that I'm actually going to be reading for the month of May, okay? Moisturizer galore, all right? So the first book that I'm going to be reading here, and this is, okay, so a little backstory. I talk about her all the time, but I fucking love peace love books, like, yes, okay? She slays. So when I started watching Peace Love Books YouTube channel, which I highly recommend you do. She is a perfect example to me of like how you how you can do book reviews with like concisiveness, but still getting all the details in there. She's really good at it, man. I hope to achieve that level someday of book review realness. But excuse me here. So what happened was, when I started watching her channel, she really has a very like a deep passion for J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood, and I have a very deep passion for vampire romance. So as soon as I saw her gushing over this book series, guys, I immediately I just went ham and I bought all of the books, like all of them, you know, because I love her show so much and I love her too. She's like awesome. So sorry guys, oh my gosh, my throat is a hot damn mess. Let me get some water here. Good God. Okay, so because of her and my love of vampire, you know, vampires in general and vampire romance, I'm gonna be reading the book that started it all here, and this is Dark Lover. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm a mess, but Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. So this is the first book in the series, and I'm gonna read it and then give my 2 cents on it once I finish it. This I should finish, like, it shouldn't take me too long, unless I'm salivating and I'm just like, yes, let me take my time, let me enjoy the fantasy, you know. But the second book that I'm going to be reading for my TBR for this month, guys, oh man, this author is the business. Oh my gosh, guys. And who I'm talking about is Megan Starks. Please check out this book. I love it. It is, not only is it hilarious, but the action scenes are to die for. It is just, I'm smelling a legendary status happening here. Okay, so so it's called House of Ash and Brimstone. Okay, so the whole this is the first book in the series. There is a prequel, which is a short story, so I have to read that as well, but I'm reading this right now. So this book is about 400 pages, so it is a little bit of a lengthy read, but guys, it is, so far it is phenomenal. I have been enjoying it. Just to give a little premise here, okay, so you see this lady right here, her name is Giselle, okay, and Giselle is a half demon, so half human, half demon slayer, and she wants to open up her own paranormal, like, slaying detective type of agency. Think of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know, with like a pinch of Sherlock Holmes in there, like the ideology, and it has a wonderful, like, just colorful descriptions of like the monsters that she encounters. And this is it's paranormal romance for sure, because this fine ass man right here, his name is Slade, okay? And Giselle is like, bitch, please, like, she does not have time for Slade's foolishness. But I'm not gonna ruin any more right there, because I have to do a review on it once I finish. It is so good. Yes, God. Guys, it is so poppin'. I started reading it about like a week ago, and I'm getting back into it. Honey, it is so juicy. And when I mean juicy, is the action scenes, the way that Megan describes the characters. This book, guys, is highly rated for good reason. So once I finish this, you know we gonna be doing a book roast and receipts on this one, okay? But guys, please make it your business, if you're into, you know, if you like paranormal romance, but like not cheesy, you know, I feel like there's gonna be some slow burn in here, but it has a little bit of everything. The action is what really makes this book stand out, because a lot of times, guys, with paranormal romance, you kind of have to go more towards the direction of like a romantic thriller or suspense. This is a great example of you can have those kind of elements without going like so suspense, like too extra with it. It's a nice blend. I love Giselle. Like, Giselle is like my ideal character. Like, she does not give two fucks, and she is unapologetic, and she is savage. Like, I have read a lot of paranormal romance or books revolving around paranormal creatures. I have never read something as unique as this. Like, Megan, yes, bitch. Yes. So that's what I'm going to be reading, guys, for my TBR for May. I just try to read 2 books a month because that's all the time that I really have for that. If I read any more, I know it's going to get overwhelming for me. And now we have the tome, the tome readathon coming up. So I got to get a book for that. And I'm learning all the terminologies, guys, but no, if you have any suggestions, guys, for video topics, or just let me know what's on your motherfucking mind, there is a vicious comment section below. And yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And like I always say, remember to embrace the darkness of reading. I'll see you guys coming up later on today for the first ever book roast and receipts, where we really kiki and talk about books that I've been reading, and I will give you a unfiltered, unapologetic review on how I feel about it. So, all right, guys, I'll see you later on today.